Hello, hello. I'm testing the mic right now. They all enjoy the emotes. Should I call this the Yuki Kaji stream and confuse everybody?
Should I call this the Yuki Kaji screen?
Yeah, like the double thing. That's me checking my audio. Who is Yuki Kaji? I know Yuki Kajira. He's part of a 4-unit singing group, G Addict. Dang, he looks really good for being 40. He looks still like he's 20. What is it, Yokai Watch? That's probably... Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. This is just gonna be about Yuki Kaji. Yeah, I know, I'm like scrolling down here, but I'm like, I don't think I've watched... I fell off a lot of like more modern anime back in like 2010. Like, I recognize Urase Yatsura, but I did not watch the 2022 version. I'm simply on Wikipedia right now. Oh, he was the Japanese voice actor in Ace Attorney, the anime. So, yeah. Alright. You should do, the entire dub of this game, but it's only Yuki Kaji. That's it. Alright, so my tail end of last stream got cut off. I have no idea why, and it only cut off like maybe a few minutes. Oh, I do know Eren Yeager, yeah. And I do know my sister insists on playing the English, but am I gonna be one of those people that it's like, oh, Japanese is so much better? I don't know, I'm just conditioned to the Japanese. Sorry, I'm looking at other messages too. So our friends will be late. That's okay. Yeah, so the stream was cut off. Not a whole lot. That's what I'm thankful for, but I don't know what that issue was. It must have been a blip in internet connection, because that's PlayStation did not say anything about it. It was like, okay, you're ready to go. And when I hit end, it let me end the stream. But when I hit end and I rewatched what had happened on screen, YouTube like cut it off by maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. But it was really just a little bit of my thoughts on the brothers and me saying that I'm trying to do this every Tuesday and Thursday around 6 o'clock. So nothing I can't just tell the small fan base I got here. But yeah, I was ruminating, like, I don't know which of the brothers is actually worse, because Amalin is like deathly incompetent, whereas Artoriel full on admits that he tried to send you to your death on purpose. And because you came back alive and you did a really great job, he's like, sorry, I guess you really are really cool. And it's like, I don't think that makes it any better, Artoriel. You, like, willingly tried to send somebody to their death, but it all worked out okay, so I guess it's just fine. I don't know, I love that defining moment of his, because, he kind of doesn't like you, the Warrior of Light, in a low-key manner. And he hints at it because Hachifant thinks so highly of you. And I think that's part that YouTube may have cut off a little bit, but his bio-mother, Artoriel's bio-mother, and Hachifant's bio-mother are different, because Lord Edmont cheated. Like, they don't say that, but we're like, Lord Edmont, you fucking cheated on your wife. And so Edmont's wife, of course, hated Hachifant and never recognized him as part of the family. And so Artoriel has this shade of, I love my mother, so I also don't accept Hachifant either. And if Hachifant likes you and is like saying, you're amazing, you're great, you're the Warrior of Light, I don't believe him. That's pretty much what he said. Yeah, sorry I sent you off to die because I thought you sucked, but you're actually pretty neat. Yeah, you only get his approval simply because what he expected didn't happen, and he apologized for it, but you're kind of sat there like, Artoriel, that was kind of a dick move. Like, I still don't think we're friends with him at this point. You're just kind of like, well, I'm glad everything worked out, I guess. So, yeah. So we're done with Hachifont's well-meaning but kind of crappy family. So we're gonna move on. Oh, is this when everybody gets thrown into jail? I don't know, but... Ah, Mr. Ovasch, my lord and my lord the Count. They can't call him that because all I can think of is Count from the Muppets, and so Count Edmond's just like, in his quarters up there. My lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artoriel and Lord Amanelin. If you would remain here for a moment. I like him to come back and be like, so how is it? And you just look him straight in the eye and be like, your sons fucking suck. And he's like, yeah, they do. They suck.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emanelane's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortom. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What?
Yeah,
Explain.
this is the jail episode.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavensward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
I want you to imagine that, like, the sound of the quest accept, but there's like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia title card where it's like, Alphino goes to jail. Well, you know, like, at this point, the Heavensward, like, all of the Heavensward was, like, watching Warrior of Light and the Scions like a hawk, and they were trying their best to find something at all. Because from the very moment we walked in through the gates, they were just simply trying to find an excuse. Warrior of Light, I think, only escaped that because we technically went outside of the city and were doing shit that they couldn't predict. Though you've won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Zamail is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. We have to do an ace attorney battle. Okay. You would do well to speak with Sir Aymeric at the Congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. I like that we've, like, avoided speaking with Aymeric this entire time up till now, but, you know, he's probably been like, oh, good, they've been here for, like, a week, I hope nothing bad happens, and then he gets sent court papers, and he's like, ah. Like, I wonder, yeah, I think being accompanied by the son of House Bertal would also deter them from acting against them. But I like to think that Americ's like, good, it's been quiet for a week, and then suddenly it's not quiet, and he's like, well, it took a week. That's more than anybody expected. Like, do you think the Congregation of Knights Most Holy, like, had a bet? Like, okay, a Warrior of Light has entered the city. How long until some bullshit goes down? And, like, whoever won the wager. I'm gonna say, like, maybe... They actually say, like, a few days had passed in the Sea of Clouds, which is surprising because this game likes to believe that you liberate an entire city from the clutches of evil in, like, a day. And meanwhile, a foray out into the Sea of Clouds with a Manolin, babysitting him and discovering a huge whale, that takes a couple of days. I'm like, I could say maybe you spent a day in the Sea of Clouds. Yorva, I had but this moment resolved to go and fetch you. I presume you've heard what's happened then. He came over here like, oh shit, I forgot my boy. Oh, what does Hanaloo say this time? Sir Aymeric told me much and more about you. Suffice it to say, my expectations are high. Yeah. Hey, Lucia. Am I taller than Lucia? I'm not used to that. That they should regard the Scions with such suspicion even after you stood with us on the steps of faith. It is bad comedy. Yet, unlike the grave injustice you suffered in Ul'dah, this wrong may swiftly be righted. You could just beat people up in Ishgard. Am I taller than Aymeric? I don't think I am. I'm almost about the same height. I think I'm like 1 inch shorter than him. Sorry, this is a bit of a novelty. I usually play Lalafell, so, you know, I'm like, whoa, I'm actually taller than... Like, Lucia is, like, a giant in usually my games. I think Haurchefant is always the tallest. Yeah, he's, like, full... Like, if you took the slider on an Ellison, Haurchefant would be, like, all the way at the top. Alright, let's go save our boy. Oh, we don't have voice acting. It has been too long, Yorva. Would that the visit came under happier circumstances. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to... How do you turn off it? Oh, there! You could do that! Okay, good. That's all I need. Because I wanted it to be applied to the voice dialogue. Dang! They made my life easy. I didn't need to do this. Alright. Sorry, Haurchefant, like, interrupted whatever Aymeric was saying. Word of their detriment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. It took me the entire time that you were with Artoriel. They had a hard time accepting the Frosty Whale. I had to stay here for quite a long time to explain that. Yeah, I'm not sure when this feature was introduced, but you can hit triangle while you're in dialogue. And if you want to, like, just have the voice dialogue just play out, you can do that. I usually just have the full-on thing, you know, just to kind of read through. But when I have to read out loud, I need more time. Truly, I know not which is more ludicrous, these charges or a frosty, flying, feathery whale. Everybody turns to him and they're like, I think it's the whale made out of Frosties. Like, Vanilla Frosty, Bismarck. Yeah, I'm not gonna allow. The Wendy's joke is just gonna continue on. It's too funny. That Sir Greno's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heavensward. Do you know the title of this expansion? Amber's like, the band stopped playing. They don't want to. Okay. You know when you're talking in a very loud spot, like a cafeteria or something, and it just kind of like dies down naturally, but you're still talking, and it feels awkward because you just feel like everybody's gonna, like, Aeric's now experiencing that moment where he's like, well, now everybody's gonna hear everything I'm about to say. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12's finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve His Eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. Americ's like, yeah, this is something politically out of my hands. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us defend the steps of faith, and drive back the Dravanian horde. Also, I heard we had a huge donation of Roland Berry cheese. I think it was like 260 last they counted. Anyways, I once spammed the Roland Berry cheese quest way too often. So I like to believe that Ishgard received a whole warehouse of Roland Berry cheese on behest of the Scions. After proving themselves and all that cheese, true allies on countless occasions, is there not we can do? I fear there was one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. And the band picks up. But of course, Hodgefont's like, yes! Violence! In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Okay, so while Zaya probably thinks this is a ridiculous idea, Yorva thinks this is an awesome idea. She's like, holy shit, let's just do this. I just beat up everybody and I'm right. Under Ishgardian law, trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alfino and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Greno and a second of his choosing, another knight of the Heavensward, most like. Yeah, Yorva has a katana and she hasn't used much of it. Like, she needs to use it. She needs to get better in order to come back to Musosai and train more. 2 of them? Hodgefont's like, gee, Heavensward, why do you have 2 knights? By the Fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Yorva's like, but have you considered I have a katana? Aerith's like, she does have a katana, Hodgefont. Master Alfino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mr. Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Hodgefont. But all present here know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and also, you have a katana. She's like, yeah, I do. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alfino at once and inform him of our intentions. Yorva, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. I like the alternate history where, like, Aymeric goes and defends Tataru, but it's like, that seems like a very bad idea. Like, we'd be showing our hands and our political connections way too early. The thing about Ishgard is you gotta, like, make a lot of meta decisions, I guess. I don't know. But, like, can you imagine, like, Rick's like, alright, I'll go face the Heavensward. It's like, we all know how that usually ends in later chapters. Of course, he was facing off against more than 2. Okay, I think this is an Aetheryte shard I have not gotten. Is this my last one? This is the Starbucks. The Starbucks. No, there's still one I'm missing. Oh, it's the one in the broom. Okay. I'll find it later. Listen carefully, Yorva. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with law, you will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the high English adjudicator, God, I hate that word, acknowledges Mistress Tataru's right to name a champion, that's when you must make your entrance. Say, I object! It'll be really fun. Ooh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grino's face when he sees his true opponent. A katana! They're like not even referring to her anymore, it's just a katana. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud, you will wonder how you could have ever contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? I think I said this in Lark's and I's stream, but if you do look around, he is there, and he is screaming, so... he's not lying.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grino, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grino de Zemile, brother of the Heavensward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Turns out the heretics are like a sack of flour.
Let the accused step forward. Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grino's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
And I choose her! This is like... katana wielding.
To the old
Hrothgar.
and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
I object! They're like, no, you don't have to say that, Yorva.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mother's
They're like,
farce.
we don't even need Alfino in this fight. We could just throw her in it and she'll just wipe the floor with everybody. I don't like that he opened his mouth like he was gonna yell and then like nothing came out. Like, that always bothered me about this scene. It's like... I like that this is so common that they have like a built-in arena. Like, they just have to be like, alright, arrange the arena.
Maloney, Render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
Like, why even have a trial if this is all it's ever going to be? It's like... Ishgar's just like, oh man. It's like free entertainment. Alright. I wish I could read that as fast, but...
I have my pride.
When you have to do battle mechanics and read at the same time, that's asking too much. Asking the Final Fantasy XIV community to read? Imagine. Oh. I've abandoned my boy. Yes, I'm aware, Tataru. Let's see. Yeah, since I'm not familiar with this class, I constantly have to remember, like, okay, what's the path to get to this combo?
I've got you now. Down with you! This isn't funny.
Okay, Paul Crane is done. Okay, Alfino needs help again. Okay. Don't know if I breezed past that too fast. Oh, well, he's dead anyways. Oh, I forgot to look up into the crowd. Oh, well, we did that on the other stream. I mean, we won! Ah! I want you to imagine like a toad scream there. The Fury has spoken, but mostly the katana did. Alfino Levier, Tataru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges, due to violence. Blessed are we who have received of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. Except you really won't. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. At this point, the Warrior of Light should look at Alfino and be like, every time I leave you alone for 5 minutes, you get yourself in trouble. Like, he cannot be left alone. This is where Hachifon's like, I nearly shit myself watching you. By the Fury! What a splendid victory! To see how you strove... To see how you strove in the face of adversity. Two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. He's got a battle kink, I think. He's got a horseplay kink and a battle kink. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, and it roused me for sure, it seemed only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray, receive of me this chocobo whistle. With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. I trained this one for myself. I raised it as a hatchling. It's just such a weird thing, like, you survived death by execution. Here's a chocobo. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Yorva? Will you take her for your steed? Lord Hachifant, chocobos are prohibited in the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitory doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. It's like, you can't just bring a horse in here. Hodgefont. He got too excited. I have a feeling like he always wanted, he's like, oh, I've been wanting to give you this, and he's like, this is a good time to do it. It's like, maybe you could have waited until we got back home, like, oh god, my favorite thing, aether currents. Oh. One of the negatives of having, an alt is having to redo all the aether currents. Oh. Hey, it's that guy. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is that you did not die. Your compatriots shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities. They have to go through the DMV, which means, don't ask me why a DMV, it's, everybody has to go to the DMV, even if they're charged for murder. Which I mean to see personally. In the meantime, pray return to Fort Tom's Manor. The Count has done so already, even though I think he was in the crowd, and will doubtless be eager to discuss this day's events. Edmund is like, I'm already tired, and we're still on level 50 quest lines. Oh yeah, is there... Yeah, this is that quest where you unlock a Dark Knight. He must be a Dark Knight. Alright, but not right now. I'll come back to that. Dark Knight is like one of the better class quests. It's so good. I wonder if it has any connection to the fact that Ishikawa usually writes for those. Yeah, you start that Dark Knight quest and they're like, go find somebody, and then you just find like a dead body. Hey, you guys. Am I at least taller than a Manlin? Maybe by a smidge. But not Artorio. Me and the boys. Both of them got me killed almost. Are you trying to become the talk of the city? Because if you are, you're doing an admirable job of it. Yorva's like, I often just stand somewhere and stuff just happens. I was not present at the trial, but my father told me of your performance. He said you were a wonder to behold. Once again, Artoriel's like, I don't dislike you, but I also don't like you. It brings me joy to see you in good health, Mistress Ovasch. I'm really glad that you didn't do anything to me because I'm very small and I have no money. Halone smiles upon us yet again, Mistress Ovasch, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess, I did fear for your safety, even though you had already proven to me that you're very capable. Which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. He's like, why haven't you died yet? Besting 2 of the Heavensward while the city's elite looked on? By the Fury! Anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do from now on. And a Manolane does not realize that that is a very negative thing when you're a Warrior of Light. It's like, oh boy, yeah, I definitely want people paying attention to me. My lord, once again, current events have happened. We have just received a message from the vault. His Eminence the Archbishop requests the presence of Mistress Ovasch. Because the Heavensward's initial plan was shitty and didn't work, they're reversing tactics. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. Artoriel's just like, what the fuck? A personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Mistress Ovasch. We shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. As the Heavensward's like, maybe instead of antagonizing them, we just try to get on their good side. And it's like, oh gosh. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'd put this on or else I'll get hounded by FC invites. Just a thing. I thought about maybe going to another server. That's also another way to stop it. But this is a quick fix. We are honored to receive you, Mr. Ovasch. This way, please. They called her here because they're like, we've never seen a katana, we want to see that. Can you show us the katana? Aymeric is here.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress.
He's like, I'm sorry, our first plan failed.
Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavensward were in receipt of erroneous information.
God, they're such, like... It wasn't our fault!
He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
We totally meant this on purpose, but now we gotta save face.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence?
He's like, but I'm the favorite child.
As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Yorva's like, wait, Aymeric, don't leave me in here with him. He's like, I can't do anything for you. Goodbye.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position.
He's like, I actually just wanted to see the katana in private. Please.
Now tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians?
One possessed my friend and it caused a huge problem.
I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
Surely lepers won't eat my face. At this point, you're just kind of like, okay, like, sure. What if I just took a katana to him? Right now. We get chased out of Ishgard and we wouldn't be able to do the rest of the plot. I don't think we would ever be allowed to go back into Ishgard ever again if you just went, you know what if I kill Thorin here now? Done. Ascian influence gone.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
They wanted to see my katana. Also, they told me this.
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well.
Or haven't their ambitions extended, Alfino?
We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
Alfino's like, without Thancred, how are we supposed to get info?
Excitement, I completely forgot to tell you.
Star's like, I'm the new information broker.
When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauban is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate.
Not Rauban.
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orshafon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauban.
We must save Rauban. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, this part is always... It's like a continuation of A Realm Reborn. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Yorva's like, but why not? Like, kill people, apologize later. Done. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Lominsa. Aye, you heard me right. Not Ul'dah, but Limsa Lominsa. While you were about on your altruistic endeavors and Frosty Whale, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Fortom and a Limsan consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I'm happy to report that we have yet a stout ally in Limsa. I have a bit of hiccups going on. The Admirable, she's so admirable, has pledged her full cooperation to any effort to rescue Raubahn. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we may discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. Alfino's like, I know it's not me they come for, okay? When you arrive in Limsa Lominsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanthel, yeah, I think is his name, at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. Yeah, they have to, like, put this in because it's still, like, Realm Reborn awkwardness. They gotta set up other plot points that still happen in the background. But as, like, a quick recap of, like, what happened. We were accused for murder, you know, and Raubahn, took issue with that. Because Lady Namino Ulnamo is, like, his favorite person in the world. I forgot, I should just teleport there. Actually, I wanted to get the broom. Yeah, so Nanamo was, like, his favorite person, so he's very upset that she was assassinated. And he knows who actually did it, because there's no way it was us. No way at all. There it is. I usually don't go down here, so I'm like, huh. Don't go down here because there's a lot of beggars. And the kids throw snowballs at me. Okay, so now we can go to the Central Highlands on demand. Oh, they do throw it at you. They're throwing snowballs at me. It looks like I fired, I missed. Okay. I can't remember how much transforms over time, but so a lot of attacks have happened over time, but apparently a lot of this happened more recently after the Steps of Faith, because they did break through the walls a little bit. And right before coming in here, like, a lot of this damage had happened, like, right now. Especially, like, down there, there's, like, a couple of dead dragons. Some guys who got injured in the fight, you know, nothing to pay attention to. That guy, he doesn't need help. Alright, let's go. Using a ticket because I'm broke. Limsa Lominsa. The Bikini Bottom of places. We're gonna ignore Alfie now. The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her. Wait. I always say another hand touches the beacon, but that's not the... That's just my paraphrasing of the Skyrim quest.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Like, her new voice isn't as different as her last one.
We had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
Yeah, that worked out well.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news, or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Rauban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Rauban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Rauban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Bring in the ninjas. Raban's survival is vital to the Eorzean Alliance. Excuse me, I've lost my voice acting budget. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Ul'dah. That is why I'm choosing to send one katana in. To spell the end of the Alliance. And war, like as not. If there would be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. Would you like to take this beacon? By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. I really can't make any more Meridia's Beacon jokes. I don't know who her voice actress is from Heavensward onwards. Every time she speaks in A Realm Reborn, I'm just like... A Realm Reborn. A Realm Reborn. Dragonborn. Alright. Just going to... there. Yeah, I think I always say another hand touches the beacon, but I think it's actually a new hand. A new hand touches the beacon. I just think another hand sounds better. That beacon is the bane of my existence in that game, though. I try to avoid it, but the urge to just loot the entire chest is always there. Oh, she's above. I forgot that the kitchens are above. Isn't that kind of awkward that, like, a kitchen place is above? Oh, hey. He's just here. Could she be the Doman contact of whom the Admiral spoke? You don't know who Higiri is? She's been... Okay. Mistress Yorva! I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot express my relief. It's like, Alphino, did you ever meet Higiri in, like, the Rising Stones? Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. They turned it into a Home Depot. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. You have my knives. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Lamensa that you were searching for General Rauban. As the Admiral will... I keep wanting to call her Admirable. Admiral will have informed you. He was recently moved from his cell to the I thought she said he was in the Marasaja pit. Maybe I heard that wrong. At the same juncture, Yu Yu Hase and the 3rd unit were observed leaving those Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Daware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. I mean, we are going to the Marasaja pit, so that's it just sounded like he was there and they were escorting him out of there. Highbridge is... Is that Western Dayland? I still have Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets. I can just hit this. I love that to assuage the fact that you have to keep coming back here to Realm Reborn. They give you, like, so many of these. Oh wait, Highbridge is where the lever is, right? How could I forget? This is like kind of close to it. But yeah, I still have plenty of Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets, even after using them like willy-nilly just to come back here. But they give new players like a shit ton. The lever! Yeah, how could I forget? The lever. Oh wait, this isn't where... I should just teleport, shouldn't I? I thought it was right next to us, but that's gonna be central. No, I was thinking of this bridge that connects into here, that one right there. I don't know. Maybe it was because I was thinking of the Domans. The Domans cross over that bridge. Let's see. Like, not those quests. Those ones are coming back to later. I have some alt classes going on here. I was leveling up Monk for a bit. Oh my god, Mahes. I can't beat up Mahes right now. Anzuya, I usually come after his ass, but I'm not high enough level to do that solo. I have been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yu Hase and his men are bound for Halatali. Like, where else would they be going? We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Oh, I can't... Is this the patch where they had to get a new voice actress for Yugiri? Or was this the last... For those who don't know, Yugiri's original voice actress was horribly murdered by her abusive boyfriend or something like that. And they had to replace her because awfully. It always pisses me off thinking about that. Like, you come at a good time, my friends. But moments ago, the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatali. From this, we may be certain that General Raubon is being held within. Yeah, I'm always like equally mad and very saddened about Yugiri's first voice actress because it's like had a shitty man not gone fucking insane and being crazy. It's just such a fucking waste. Waste of his life, honestly. He could have just left everybody alone and just rotted. There is no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. What do you think? I have my katana on me. I'm not gonna do much else. Yeah, her ex-boyfriend just... It's like, leave women alone challenge. Like, all you had to do was just not go near her.
Forgive me my lateness.
Yeah, I think this was her new voice actor.
Lady Yugiri!
Master Alphino.
Yeah, that was true.
The light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
He also murdered 2 innocent children, like...
How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time, I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
I can only hope that her family members are still
Since your escape from
healing
Order,
even years
my fellow
later
shinobi
now.
and I have shadowed the
That's gotta be
crystal graves
so
every step,
painful.
in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralbarn is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you. With me!
See, her new voice actress is doing a really great job. It's just, like, unlike the rest of them, they fully intended to go with whoever they had back in A Realm Reborn, had that tragedy not happen. Yeah, let that be a testament to never fucking trust men. I really hate dudes that are like, if I can't have you, I'm just gonna murder you and all of your sons too. Like, literally it takes zero energy to just walk away.
Away with you!
Oh yeah, let that absolutely be a testament that, like, that's why leaving an abuser is really fucking hard, because it'll just lead to death. Well, I really hope that he just rots for all eternity and everybody else involved just gets peace. But I still think about Yugiri's voice actor to this day. I don't care how many times I play this or how much time has passed, because I think it's been like almost a decade now. I always think of her every once in a while, like how she was here. Like, I think, let's see. I think we just go like we pretend we're doing this dungeon. There were voice actors they started to introduce around Dreams of Ice that they knew they were going to go forward with. You know, like Aymeric Hachifont's voice, Yzael. But the rest of the cast, they were being planned to be replaced starting in this expansion. And then that purely came from a decision that they were just going with another company in, I think it's the UK, but I'm just going to say Europe. It's generally, vaguely. Because the A Realm Reborn cast were an American-based. Oh, I need to be reading this. I have heard of such devices. The crystal braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. What did Yugiri say? He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may very well be booby-trapped. Alfino's like, I've heard of a booby-trap before. Like, okay, good job, smarty pants. That will not be necessary, because I want to fight the katana. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. This is the guy with the really deep voice in the Japanese version, isn't he? Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly onto the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Yorva's like, that's lame. That my katana can't fight poison. You can't even slice at that. Oh yeah. I do remember her ex, like, got what he deserved. But what he truly deserves is probably even worse. They bring it. Oh. Alfino's being attacked by Jam. I need a moment. Yugiri, are you okay over there? I think she'll be fine. Alright. Not back here, is it? I remember it actually being like hidden away somewhere. No, that's not it. Just remember like an odd spot. Yeah, that was Yu Hase back there. I don't think he had a deep voice. Part of me is like, he had a deep voice in the English version, right? But I think it's only the English or Japanese version. Man, fuck you, Yuhase. Yeah, fuck all of them. But especially, fuck Sion Blake's ex. I hope she's just resting easy from now on, just... Aha, there it is, it's up here. You just break it, yeah. Oh, this is Thanalan, so of course there's tons of sewer syrup. Alright, that problem's taken care of. It's still kind of green. Do we go back? No, we have to go find the key. Now it's not green. You know, it probably is where sewer syrup comes from. Gotta go for the conjurer first. They're like, oh shit, she has a katana. Midare. Yeah, sewer syrup's the B rank in Western Thanalan. Technically, we're not in Western Thanalan, so I mean, maybe he just commutes, you know, from east to west. Oh my god, you're right. Sewer Syrup probably does have lore. I don't think I ever paid attention to that. Cause he's Sewer Syrup. I still remember when I was a newbie back in like 2014 where you had to like shout and chat and be like, has anybody seen the B rank? And then they would tell you where it is. Cause we didn't have that system of you're very close to your B rank. Like that didn't exist. So you had to rely on other players to be like, oh yeah, I saw that B rank over here. But I had to shout, has anybody seen Sewer Syrup? And the only response I got was, he's in my toilet. And I was like, thanks. I freaking love Famfrit server. Okay, we had to do a loop-de-loop. I don't even know how you doing. You know you can heal yourself, right? I guess he's fine existing on 20% HP. Gary's just been here feeding him potions. Like, well, what a time. Hey, Robot, how you doing? Why, thanks. And then he just hacks up, like, part of his esophagus. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. You also don't have a whole arm. Did anybody, like, make sure he had enough blood? Like... Obviously, he didn't die from blood loss. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What are clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light? Well done, hero. It's the bitch! The guy who really started it all. Wait, hold on. Whatever you guys doing, we're doing Sewer Syrup lore. Sewer Syrup was born in the foulness of the effluent passed by Amogene and Sons Copperbell mines. It's a void scent? Is a void scent that stinks so bad that people die? How are we able to beat it up? You need to struggle on then. Are you done talking about Sewer Syrup? We're kind of in the middle of something. Like, no, Hilbert, hold on. We gotta talk about this. Very well. If you would stand in my way and Sewer Syrup's way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, Scions. Let us get this over with. Except you'll have to fight me a lot more times than this. Alright. Guys want to die that badly? This is where Laurentius really dies. I want to take down Yu Hase first. Am I allowed to?
I have you now.
He's doing something.
It is nothing.
Oh, there it is. I was like, who's healing? I'm sorry, you were so... You're so insignificant that I didn't see you over here, Crystal Brave Conjurer. Like, I like to believe that they had a whole conversation about sewer syrup right there, and they're like, hey, we're in the middle of something, and they're like, no, hold on. Let's see. Oh wait, I already did Hingabana. Kasha! Gecko! Yukikaze! Midare Setsugatsu. What is it? Setsugatsu? No, that's Moon. I always call it Midare, that I never read the rest of it. We're not even doing Alamigo right now. Like, are you high? Shouting about Alamigo. Bro, like, we have, like, not only an entire expansion, but all the expansions patches after that. We're on level 51.
This changes nothing.
Okay.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
And we're gonna bring out sewer syrup!
Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Yeah, you had your hand in it.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want, only what you can do for them.
But I'm like, but what if I want to use my katana?
Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved?
Did you really?
After all these years in servitude?
Did you put a handful of dirt to your face and eat it?
Bloody thing!
I doubt that. I think you maybe ate nothing at all.
We ourselves are not free. Free to think and to act. How are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Cool motive, still murder.
You'll not get away!
He did the smoke bomb and they only teleported like 3 feet away.
No, Master Alpha, no. Now is not the time.
They're like, take this, and then they barely moved. You're like, oh, well, I guess they got away.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me.
Oh, you still got another arm. That's why we're born with 2 of them. You can use the other one.
We're all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
Should I do the more militant? Which one? Which one? Do you think we should do the more militant one or the more, like, friendship speech? Should we be the friendship speech warrior of light? I think Zuyaya did the on your feet gladiator. I don't know. Typically, when I was given a chance with Zuyaya, I usually pick the ... But over time, they stopped giving us that option. I was like, I could hear somebody's footsteps in the background, like they're just waiting. What if she just stares for a very long time and nobody does anything? What if Yu Yu Hase has more lore? Yu Yu Hase's lore is that he has an unnaturally deep voice in the Japanese version. That's what it is. Oh, also welcome, Kate. You missed the riveting lore behind sewer syrup, a B rank found out in Western Danaland. And we had to make sure that right before the fight with Ilberd, we were like, hold on, we gotta talk about sewer syrup. Oh, this is still Sion Blake? Shit. I'm gonna do this one. We were also talking about how Yugiri's voice actor was horribly murdered.
Still, your words are welcome, lass. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assume
it was 3.5.
First opportunity.
Okay.
And set about tearing down the Sultanate.
It's been a while since I've listened to Yugiri.
And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
She's not actually dead.
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us
like,
continue this conversation without...
Can we get out of the poison room, please? Like, they gassed us all in here, and I doubt it's all gone. Yeah, so this must be... Gosh, now it's even sadder, because we're probably hearing the last voice lines she did before she was killed. Kate, earlier we were talking about Sian Blake, who's the voice actress of Yugiri. Her abusive ex murdered her and her 2 children because she did the audacity of leaving an abusive relationship. So, yeah, it's extremely every time I see Yugiri, I always think of her and how I just wish that couldn't have happened. Like, I wish she had just been able to leave him and he would have just left her alone. Yeah, I know, it's just so fucking senseless. A dark stranger enters. General Alden, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I didn't voice act any of the ninjas. Who are you? Identify yourself. It's sewer syrup! He has figured out how to transform himself into a human. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger waits you in there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. It may still look like a Spirit Halloween store, but, you know. Yeah, for sure, that murderer, he tried to escape his fate, but he got what he deserved. Or... honestly, I think he deserves worse, but, you know, being locked away for forever, that sounds pretty good. This is no ruse, I assure you, General Alden. If you come with me, I have prepared a carriage, that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. A lot of people are going to be pointing at that arm and being like, look, that guy has no arm, and it's going to be pretty awful. All because people are insensitive. Never seen a guy with one arm before? Like, I've seen plenty. I have spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Alfino immediately called him up, being like, Urianger, this guy says he knows you. Oh, he does? Okay. Urianger's like, I have known sewer syrup for many a moon, don't worry. Rauban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Oh, that means I can use the thing! I can use it properly now. Not making it lore that Urianger has known sewer syrup for months. Like, he's like, yes, we've dined together. It's like, how did you not die from the stench, Urianger? And he's like, I don't have the ability to smell anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna be excited to use any. I have so many of these extra tickets to teleport here.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Like, yeah, whatever he just said.
Father! Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
And Urianger, I guess.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering.
You, with the stupid hat.
And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
I was kind of running out the door.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji.
I mean, to be fair,
it is my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends.
like, all Lalafell, male or female, look the same.
Sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him. And you duly
Old woman,
obliged.
old man,
At one
they look the
fell
same.
swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
She has that 3 going on 62 look.
Some manner of sedative, perchance. Of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo.
Somebody give this guy a bath.
I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Could you, like, take the hose outside and hose him down?
Lolorito's hands are far from clean. They did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability. To the very
most of the Syndicate are Lalafell, but Raubon's Syndicate, and don't forget Godbert Manderville is part of the Syndicate.
I had never taken sides in your feud with the Monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering.
Yeah, I want everybody to remember that the Mandervilles have political influence in Ul'dah, like they're literally part of the parliament.
I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget her grace's
Santa
words,
Claus
the true
rules
wealth of
Ul'dah.
lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue her grace, and take your place at her side once more, for her sake, and that of our nation.
I propose her name is Delulu from now on. Dululu. I mean, she's forgettable because this is like her major role, and then I swear she maybe comes up in like small plot points from now on. I had not counted on Proprietress Dululu herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more precedent. He was more concerned that she was alive. Which remains to be done. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raubon, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Yorva. Thank you. Here's a ring! Yeah, we do monk gear, right? Yes, we do monk gear. This is, again, like a class holy I do not use, so I'm like, oh gosh, do they use the aiming set or the slaying? Yeah, I never did any of these quests in here, so let's see who's around. Rattle, if you're still here. There's Yukiri. I need a Raubon and Pippin. Yeah, the majority of the Syndicate are Lalafell, like Dulala here. Papa Sean is not really Syndicate, but he's obviously influential, at least to the point where he protects the Sultana as kind of like a secret agent. Is Arvald still upset? Oh, he's got something new. Thank the gods you're alright. 'Twas a muddy struggle from what I heard. What did I have fought by your side? Don't worry, Arvald. You'll have plenty of chances. Yeah, Urianger has to stand here for a very long time because he has to hand out Binding Coil and the Primal Quest here, so... That is far too many quests to be handing out, Urianger. I can't even. Anyways, we were discussing earlier how this was kind of like a random insert in the Heavensward class, because we're like, oh, we gotta go back to Ul'dah and deal with the Sultana plot. But honestly, there's a prudent point. We had just gotten over Alfino and Tataru almost being sent to jail because of political shenanigans in Ishgard. And here we are dealing with political shenanigans in Ul'dah. They still have the same theme going on, where there are just people being used as pawns and people being lied to, whether if it's us or the rest of society. There's a lot of parallelisms between Ul'dah and Ishgard. Don't tell Zuyaya that, she'll hate that. But Ul'dah has the same kind of political bullshit going on as Ishgard is. Just one is an oligarchy and one is a... What kind of garchy is it when, it's ruled mostly by a religious state? Can't remember. But yeah, Ul'dah's obviously an oligarchy, and Ishgard is ruled in the same way, but they're not ruled by the rich per se, even though all of the high houses are very wealthy, mind you. But they're run by the church mostly. Yeah, what kind of garchy is it? It eventually will become a republic. Tataru, yes. General Raubon is in safe hands. Also, Tataru, do you remember what kind of political state Ishgard is in? I forgot the word. What? Another assault? Why can't we go 5 fucking minutes? Very well. We shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. Oh, we can't just... We're just gonna leave this plot hanging here? It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. They were waiting for us to leave. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. We will have to let Urianger entertain her for days on end. Can you imagine having to stay in the same room with Urianger for this long? That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarupin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. We have stepped outside of Ishgard for too long. We did it for 30 minutes, and we cannot go that long. Yeah, Urianger is gonna sit here and he's just like, I have a story of a time where I teleported mine own clothes off of myself and I had to, I don't know, find a broom closet and get a new tunic. Oh god, he's gonna perform like Midsummer's Night Dream. I mean, there's enough space to do it. He could just do Shakespeare right here. Alright. Oh wait, my home point's Foundation. I could just do that. Yeah, he plays why nobody else knows it, so he couldn't get anybody else to join his theater club, so he's the only theater club kid there. He's Yuki Kachi. We have done it! We have done it. We have made the stream about Yuki Kaji again. Brilliant! Kate, when we first started the stream, we were discussing Yuki Kaji, known as Eren Yeager. And there we go. Can we get Yuki Kaji to voice act Urianger for just a little bit? Like, I just say, like, one patch. Like, we had Graha Tia voiced weirdly, you know, by another person for one patch. So can we just have Yuki Kaji? And, like, I want him to do it for the English version, too. Like, all language versions. For some reason, only Urianger is speaking Japanese the entire time. I love it. We've made it come full circle again. It's Yuki Kaji, or not Yuki Kaji, or Yuki Kaji hour. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raubon short and your discussion about Yuki Kaji. Who are you talking about? I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Ochefon was desperate to get a hold of you. but you wouldn't answer any of his texts, and Yorva's like, that's because he kept sending me dick pics, Tataru. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Yeah, Urianger just have Eren Yeager's voice for just one patch, and then we go back to normal like it never happened. I propose that. Welcome, Mr. Ovasch. Shall I show you inside the manor? I only have this one line the entire time. It never changes. It's always the same line. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. Alacrity? Alacrity. What a word to put in this game. As I'm sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mr. Ovasch, Master Levier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means possible. I hear you were talking about sewer syrup. Like, were you having a time out there? When the observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that can't not be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. This is far worse than sewer syrup. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. That's not a whole lot here in Ishgard, since usually it's blotted out by snow clouds. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. Surely this won't attract the presence of a certain character by having tons and tons of dragons in the air. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. I like that he's like, I don't want to put you in danger, so I called you from outside of Ishgard to just bring you back into Ishgard. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice. To remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. Like the Spirit Halloween store I heard Urianger has. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Like, let me at him, it'll be fine. I got a katana, have I mentioned that? Like, have I mentioned lately that I have a katana? Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Yeah, Alfino's like, okay, so we go back to Uldah's problem where we're still wanted for murder, kind of, or we stay here and fight dragons. Like, who's gonna vote for dragons? I think I am. Like, we're all on the same page. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. Also, I think it's cool to fight dragons, so... If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. I think that's where we're bound to go at this point. Like, I think we just have a hole left. What say you, Yorva? Yorva's like, yeah, let me fight. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in their hour of need. Yes, she can absolutely do the trick where she does a quick slash and a piece of fruit. That's how she slices up apple pieces for Alfino when they're on the road. She just does a Midare on it. And suddenly the apple is like in several equal pieces. And Alfino has a snack. The choice we make this day may have great implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. I like that we kind of made up our minds, but he's like, oh, we should probably tell Tataru. Like, we'll be like, no pressure, Tataru, but we're gonna stay. You know, you'd be kind of a downer if you said you didn't want to.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain
what if we did?
Exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
I'm gonna make green apples like Yorva's
when
symbol.
Last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can
see you on the next stream. It'll be Tuesday, Thursdays going forward.
Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
But you are leaving at the best part.
Estinian.
He's like, yeah, I heard there was dragons, so I came immediately.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I, for one, would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Stay's like, I'll only do a little bit of murder, okay?
I should assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel,
Estinian.
We shall be
subtly protecting Emmerich. Subtly.
I am glad to be of service.
It's not like he cares or anything. Big E. Can we please call him Big E for now? It's the Big E! What's up, Big E? Okay. Yeah, this is how we've always known Estinian. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like if he took off his helmet, he'd have really long, luscious hair. That's not a thing. In fact, I think he even said he has his hair actually tied up while he wears his helmet. So it's not actually that. We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart into our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague accusations. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fortam Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. Yeah, I need you to realize that, like, for 2, 3, 4 years, we had only known Estinian to look like that. Like, that is our only frame of reference of Estinian, is just Dragoon helmet guy. And if you'd played 1.0, it would be even longer. It would be like, you'd known him for like 8 years to look like that. I always forget Estinian's a 1.0 character. You would speak with the Lord Commander? Weird. Make it quick. He has no idea who you are. He's like, weird. Go on.
I want the defenses of the outer ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
Yeah, like, for me, it was 3 years, I think, of looking at Estinian, and that's what he looked like. He looked like nothing else. Just this.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors, and unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins.
Alfino now looks like the Lalafell in this scene, and I'm not used to it.
I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
What a time to talk about Estinian in a Chipotle.
My support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
And here's where Estinian says, because I say so, and Amrich's like, okay, yeah.
I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the seasonal vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Like, he makes a good argument here, but all he has to say is,
their proposal does not inspire confidence.
Amrich, I got this. And Amrich's like, okay.
Should likely be spent shoring up the city's defenses.
If Estinian says so, okay.
The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg.
Amrich's like, I want in on this threesome, please, please, please. Threesome?
I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
He's like, God, I wish I could participate in that threesome. And Lucia's like, do you know, what that means, sir? He's like, yes, a 3-person fight. Big A, we're just big E, big A. Amrich's like, I really want in on the 3-way fight. It's just Warrior of Light, Azure Dragoon, and me, Sir Amrich. They're like, please stop, sir. Having secured Sir Amrich's support, we proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. They get antsy. Estinian's like, yeah, they do get antsy. They get antsy a lot. Alfino, why does Amrich call you baby girl? History tells us that the Gervonians will attack as soon as the horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. Estinian was like, I was ready like 10 minutes ago. We can just leave. Alright, we have about an hour left. Yeah, let's do the rest of the... Maybe we'll quit around the time we find Iceheart. I'm the favorite son. Daddy. I never want to hear Sir Zephyrin call him Daddy.
The bells of the observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
Yes, Daddy. And here I am doing it.
The dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role.
I think Pope Leo could just take him out in one punch.
Chosen brothers, most of all.
He's got the power of Chicago behind him. What does Thornton have?
For the glory of King Thornton.
For the glory of Daddy. I'm gonna see how long I can do the daddy thing before it just squeaks me out. I forgot that they just... Alfredo's like, do this quest for me, and here you go, and he just hands you over a tiny version of himself. It's that Smiling Friends skit where Boss hands over a tiny version of himself to Alan. Warrior of Light's like, what is this? It's me. It's a tiny version of myself. Warrior of Light's like, I don't want this. He just gives it to Estinian. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. And I shall await you at St. Renette's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Stage puts it in his mouth, he's like, this wasn't delicious, and you're like, it's stating that wasn't edible. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Yorva. I need no reminding that I'm not edible. Let us head back to Fortom Manor. Yeah, the meta lore behind Sir Zephyrin that unfortunately didn't really get to make its way into the main game. Like, the information's out there, but they were still pressed for time to make this game, and it was going on for very long. That they made a decision to cut a lot of the Heavensward members' lore out. But Zephyrin kind of inserted himself underneath Thornton as kind of a replacement Aymeric. Because he was just super fucking jealous that Aymeric got to be Lord Commander, and he didn't. But it was, Zephyrin, you weren't chosen because you're a little bastard bitch. People knew it. So he was like, okay, Aymeric took my job, I'm gonna steal his father. And it's like, okay, Zephyrin, that's really healthy of you. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Yorva and I return to Ishgard. We're gonna take a stop by the Dairy Queen if you want anything. She's like, oh no, ice cream might melt by the time it gets back here. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. You take my promotion, I call your father daddy. Like, that is quite a big blow. It's still unknown if Aymeric was ever privy to Zephyrin's kind of sick machinations in his mind. He might have sensed something, but pretty much if you read a lot of the meta lore, it's pretty obvious that Zephyrin was trying to take Thorin away from Aymeric, even though Thorin was never going to accept Aymeric. Aymeric is too much of a good guy. So, like, Zephyrin had no competition with Aymeric because Thorin is a big giant dickhole. If anyone can find them, it is you. Or if anybody can find them, the Scions, that is. Not Zephyrin or anything of that. Like, we're... Yorva's just talking like, I think Zephyr's trying to take Aymeric's dad away from him. He's like, Aymeric has a dad? Farewell for now. I'll get you a blizzard. It probably won't melt in the eternal ice that's out there. We'll kind of like bury it in snow and then bring it back. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alfino. It's Gucci and Prada at the same time. I used both brands. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. Okay, very well. You need to not have holes in your outfit, Alfino. It's really cold out there. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. Is Gucci and Prada actually good? I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. I'm really glad that I don't have holes in my outfit. 'Twas the least I could do. Inside that leather is a bunch of fur, okay? Now, I must be getting back to the tavern. Jello shots, you know, or I'll never catch up with all of the Jello shots they've left behind. Best of luck on your journey. Like, Yorva's looking at her like, maybe I chose the wrong one. I should have stayed with her. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, that was literally Tataru going, put on your coat, Alfino. You're gonna catch a cold. Like, guy had to be freezing. It's always snowing here. Alright, we gotta go to where Stefanovic is. There he is. He's just standing here the entire time. He's always standing like that with his arms crossed. Everybody in the plaza has been like ignoring him. They're like, oh shit, Estinian's out. You've said your farewells then. I doubt he even registered that Alfino is like dressed as like in completely different. Probably can't see very well through the helm. He's just like, blue, okay, he's here. Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? Oh, I don't know, probably in the only shelter that's out there in the Western Highlands that you guys, like, never think to check. In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Yazel's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last. The Corthus Western Highlands. I mean, she wouldn't go back to the same only place you can take shelter in twice, right? Let us speak with Sir Redwall, was it? I love that book series. I think Alfino would have read the Redwall series like 4 times over. As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like that he will know of any heretic activity that has been reported in that area. I don't think Estinian feels cold much because he runs hot because of dragon blood. Oh shit, moss flower. Am I still not allowed out here? Oh yeah, because I still need the ether currents. They block you unless you can fly, so you have to go to the stables each time. Or you can teleport, but it's actually cheaper to just take a chocobo out. Let me in, they won't let me in. I don't have ether currents. Hey, the game mechanics mean, like, you have no choice but to take a chocobo porter or teleport to Falcon's Nest directly. Wow, they really just... I never realized, but I guess that means Ishgard's like this way. I always imagined Ishgard being that away because that's where the exit is. But they make you come in from this area. Alright, Falcon's Nest, where I never leave. Yeah, you mentioned Mossflower, and I'm like, I need to reread that shit. I think I read Redwall when I was in middle school, maybe? Well, well, Mistress Ovasch, I hear you're talking about a little rodent book series. What business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young... Is this a Lalafell? They're like, no, that's what Elzen look like before they grow up. He's like, oh, yeah. Alfino Levier at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Wedwall. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravadians gather for another assault. This time they come for the Dairy Queen. Oh, I want to see your copy of Redwall. We believe there may yet be a way to avert this coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus we have come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. Patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. Too many sentences. I'm like, is that correct? I'm like, of course it is. They've got really good writing team. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgon Mills. 'Tis possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mr. Ovasch knows well the place I speak of, for it was he who first discovered it. Yeah, she's like, yeah, it's like one of the only places you could take shelter out in the cold over there. Iceheart is the branch manager of Dairy Queen. Okay, now I'm gonna say that the heretics, they own the Dairy Queen. They took over and now they serve the Dairy Queen. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol, while the two of you visit the refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. Wow, rare of a Stydian to just kind of mill about and talk to people. A wise use of our time. Little do we know, Stydian actually just jumps on some roof and like has lunch or something. He's like, oh, they'll take care of the rest. Come, Yorva. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwall's men have found in the heretic's lair. It's Dragon Dairy Queens now. Oh yeah, I can't fly here. Just like, oh. The ice cream always fucking melted, it sucks. Well, that's why they gotta operate it out here in icy hell. remember where all the aetheryte currents are. Yeah, unlike Larks and I's playthrough where we already had flying unlocked, I have to do the laborious chore of finding all the aetheryte currents in order to fly. Oh, there's one. Just right there. I think I may have done this when I was doing my playthrough of Dawn Trail, but like this is how you do it. You have to walk around the map before they allow you to just fly around. You must walk. That's what Heidelin told us. We had to walk, so it didn't have anything to do with the story plot or anything. It had everything to do with collecting the right currents. She's like, no, I was talking about how you're not allowed to fly. To have a little merry jaunt. I always thought this was like maybe a river or something, but no, this is supposed to be the road, but it's so compacted with ice that it looks like a frozen over river. But I swear for the longest time, you know, this road that leads out, I just thought that was a frozen over river. Oh, this talk of running a Dairy Queen. I want that episode of The Amazing Digital Circus where they all are working at a fast food restaurant, but now make it Heavensward. Hello, my cat is here. I don't know if anybody heard that. Kitty, you have to sleep over. You can sleep. You can sleep. You gotta sleep over there. That's right, yeah. Like, instead of calling it Spudsies, like... Hi, welcome to Poutines. Something French. I can only think of Canadian French. What if Ishgard is worse than being French? They're actually Canadian French. Oh my god. That explains so much. They've never been actual France. They've been Montreal this entire time. That's why they're fucking insufferable. Everybody knows you're from Montreal. Yeah, my cat always has to announce his presence on the bed. And he's not allowed to be locked out. He'll scream. Mr. Ovasch, I heard your cat. Can I pet the cat? Yes. Our findings, you say? Well, there's something of a tale there. We slipped and all the evidence fell out and flew onto the floor and it's all a mess. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. To shreds, you say? Yeah. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Yorva. And then he just runs in. Yorva's like, hold on! I'm supposed to be your supervisor. And then there's just a bear. Oh. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me, until my hand stops shaking, I fear I shall proved more than hindrance than help. Are you sure that's not because it's very cold, Alfino? Pray go on ahead, and when you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. Yeah, in these earlier days, you realize that Alfino really hasn't been fighting things, and that, I mean, that bear is bigger than him. Am I bigger than the bear? I'm almost about the same. Yorva's like, I can take this bear. And Alfino's like, there's bears down there. Go fight them. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go beat up some bears. Let me at him. Bear. Yeah, this move right here is how she slashes the apple. Hold on, it's this one. There you go. That's the apple move right there. That didn't take much at all. Alfino, the bears are all right. I'll just be down here. Where do I have to go? Do I have to go back up? Forgotten. I remember having to click on something down there. Alfino, the bears are done. They're good. I heard a frightful growling from below. You encountered more of the beasts, I take it. Poor little guy. Don't worry, in like a few expansions, you'll be like, bears mean nothing to me. I think I've faced much worse. My inquiries availed not. This is him going, my lunch break is over, so I thought I'd come over here. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. Then he's like, I'm fucking done. The beasts are slain then. My thanks, Mistress Ovasch. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. Oh, it's this guy. This guy's like, I found a little miniature of your guy in there. Here's a little guy. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is it not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. How did you let at least three whole bears in there? Like, you didn't hear them coming? Like, I'm starting to question this. Why were there bears? Anyways. We have not the luxury of pursuing the contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I wager those epistles contain more than a friendly salutation betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless, like I just told you a minute ago. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfalls and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. Stanley's like, I guess I have to read. God. I like that this bear just stays here, like, okay. Meanwhile, my bears just disappear. Gee, Alfino, why did your bear get to stay there like a trophy? These are just sexed. He starts reading through them, and he's like, this is somebody's roleplay that they've been sending letters back and forth between. He's like, apparently they have a horn fetish. They like dragon horns. Where are these damnable pages? I'd rather battle 2score Avis than continue this confounded search. Istini's really upset he has to read. I found some few of these letters. I think they're sexed. I shouldn't be reading this, even though I am 17 and probably horny. Let us gather respectable stack. I know, right? A lot of these are it's AO3 fanfiction. Yazel's followers literally started the Ishgardian AO3 archives. Let's see. Let us gather a respectable stack and see what secrets this expedition captain can wring from the collected correspondence. I like that Estinian's like, I can't find a single fucking page around here. And it's like, did you even look? Like, this isn't even hidden behind something. This is lying on the floor. Next to some candles where it would be perfectly illuminated. Like, what do you mean you can't find anything? They're right next to candles where the light is good. Like, it's right here. Alright, where's that third one? Was it upstairs? This one I might forgive him, because I think it's probably in the hay or something. Yeah. But even then, it's like... It's not even in the hay, it's laying next to the hay. Like... All you have to do is scan the ground with your eyes, and there's a page. Maybe decoy letters. I think this is Estinian just being like, I'm not reading, I don't want to read. Have you recovered much of the heretic's correspondence? Yorva's like, I fear it's all fan fiction, sir. This one is, soap fan fiction, I believe. Splendid! I love soap! Added to the contributions from Master Levier and Sir Estinian, I now have the full piece of fanfiction. Now we have more than a dozen letters. What have we here, then? Oh no, I hate this pairing. Alright, well, I'll read this other thing. Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgon Mills heretics and their fellows in the Afka amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manners of provisions, including something called Bad Dragon. I'm not sure what that is. Iceheart's followers may yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. Yorva's like, so... Did you guys check? Like, I went in there and defeated Shiva, but did you guys, like, check? Did you guys, like, ever go back there? And surely they won't go back there twice. The Akafa Amphitheater. The very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? Yeah, I just said that. If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot be swiftly crossed. Except if you jump around like I do and fly. We must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Mubrida, rest her soul, succeeded in recreating the Ak-Afa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgon Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. Wow, it's almost like things still last for a little while. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. What is so Moirashi? Everyone, it's time to leave! The Always Sunny in Philadelphia title card is Alfino discovers fan fiction. I think Alfino would actually love writing fan fiction, to be honest. The only thing that has ever kept him in the series from doing that is, he just doesn't know about its existence. think I'm going the wrong way. Need parts of this map unlocked anyways. Can't see with all of this. I need to go upwards. Am I allowed to climb this? Oh, come on, you can go. There you go. Okay. Urianger, like, he won't write fanfiction, but he loves to beta read. And he's a really good beta reader, too. Like, he is really, really good editorial skill. No, and I don't even think Alize has the patience to write fanfiction. She might, like, consume it, but she has particular tastes. He changes, they know when Urianger's touched it because it just starts using Shakespeare and all of a sudden they're like, huh. Interesting. Oh, I remember now. We need to actually go down where our Toriel told us. I mean, not that we can't just, you know, fall to the ground to our deaths, but there are things that would kill me and then I would have to go back to Ishgard and try over again. That would be embarrassing. They're like, where's the Warrior of Light? And they just see her, like, fall from the sky and die. And then they're like, well... damn. Imagine, like, landing right in front of Estinian and then dying. Okay, is this guy gonna take issue with me? Okay. Yeah, unlike my other playthrough where I'm max level, I will die here. I missed that guy's dialogue. Ah, the guests of House Fortom, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. That's quite a lot of people, you know. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Alpha beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, I don't know, I wish I was, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. Did you really have to make that joke? Anyways, the heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Yorva's like, speak for yourself, I want to look at Shiva again, she was hot. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Probably thousands. Perhaps you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Sir Frosty's Swindies. We're inside the Dairy Queen now. Dogs of Ishgard! You shall not have any blizzards. It is not enough that you banish our beloved saint. Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with every last drops of our blood? That would make all the ice cream taste terrible. Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley and hopefully one of those dipped... what do they call it? Like dippies? The Dairy Queen like dipped ice cream pops or whatever. We wish only to speak with your manager, that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed word to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we all know too well what he's capable of. He ate all of the burgers out of this place last time he was here, and Estane's like, and I'll do it again. Dilly bars, that's what they're called. My reputation precedes me. Alfino really wants a dilly bar. Warrior of Light wants a blizzard. And Estinian's one of those people that actually comes to Dairy Queen for the food for some damn reason. They give us little choice. Come, brothers! May dragon wings bear us more blizzards! Are we gonna... Okay, it's like there was a pause there. I'm like, are we gonna do this? No, wait! We didn't come here to fight! I wanted my dilly bar! Waste no more words on them. I've already found the burgers. He's already eating all of them. Oh, there he goes. Just zipping around. Okay, hi, Sidian.
Your guard is down.
Oh gosh. It's actually really hard to keep up with the Stinian. He's just teleporting all over the place. Where is this guy? There he is. You're going down first. Oh no, somebody turned into a dairy dragon. I was like trying to do Dairy Queen and dragon. It's the dairy dragons. This is an employee-only area. We are really violating the customer rules. You should have not come here to the back room. This is where we take our lunch breaks. I don't like the sound of Dairy Dragon. It just sounds, sounds like something that belongs on AO3. So I'm kind of terrible at this, but I have to build up my, Midari gauge. That Midari Setsugeka, that's what it's called. And you go wee, and then you do a super powerful move. I like that she's like, so this is how you use the katana. And then like this huge dragon has come up. Everybody's like, oh no, a big giant dragon. She's just like, yeah, so Midari Setsugeka, you have to like build up your gauge like this. But this is just her still like trying to... That's just a Naruto guy. I mean, yeah, he kinda is. I've seen worse. Also, I don't even know how you pronounce his name. Louis Stowe? Louis Stowe, the first line? He's about to die. Yeah, maybe I should take down the small guy. Nope, he still died first. What a bitch. Not even... Stan's like, great! Now for the burgers. Alfino's like, we're not here for the burgers! They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Quickly sacrifice all the dilly bars. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the senders. Yeah, he was the local manager. Yazael is the regional. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. Stinian, you were too busy stuffing your face full of burgers. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the senders. They really just said that out loud, Alfino. And so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The Cinders, you say? That's an actual place? What did you think they meant, Alfino? This conversation's so dumb of him. They're like, well, I guess they all got away. And Estinian's like, Alfino, they literally just announced for everybody to hear where they're going. And Alfino's like, oh, they meant they were going somewhere? I confess, the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian. Even Stiddy's like, I don't fucking know. I'm like, I suspect it's the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Okay, maybe he has heard something of it. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions, like even more than the manager we just fought. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened onto the point of death and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. And then we punished all the sorcerers for using magic because that's heretic shit. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of gray. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. I like the part where there was a dragon in it. We should make haste to the Ashen Isle. That's the thing with the CEO of Waffle House. We're just gonna put a shit ton. We're gonna run out of fast food joints by the time we go to Stormblood. We have to save KFC and McDonald's, I think, because I think Larks and I had an ongoing joke that Stormblood areas, I think more like Alamigo has the KFC for sure. And I can't think of what the Domans might have. What fast food does Japan really like? Well, they like KFC a lot, but we already established that's Alamigo. Could say Jollibee, but that's kind of more of a Philippines thing, not a Japan thing. Oh yeah, you were thinking the same thing. Like, could be Jollibee. I mean, I guess Jollibee is across all of Asia. They're like, oh yeah, we got this Jollibee installed from whatever the Philippines is of Heidelin. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there is another place I would visit first. Waffle House. Alfino's like, do you ever stop eating? And Estinian's like, I go through so many calories per day, Alfino, you have no idea. I'm told the convictors have set up a camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Chantelo, may have information of use to us. Ah, but mayhap you're not familiar with that name either. It's like, oh yeah, you're not around here. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but not like me. But I'm willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics too. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. Yeah, every time I jump, that's like 3 burgers, Alfino. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors, and then... and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Alfino's like, that sounds smart. Subtly, during this part, you know, Alfino and his steady are still strangers, but you're kind of seeing that Alfino's like, whoa, this guy knows what he's doing. Meanwhile, I like to pretend that I know what I'm doing, but I actually don't know what I'm doing. Alfino's like an adult figure who actually knows what the fuck's going on. Because let's be honest, Warrior of Light's not actually a really good adult figure. Warrior of Light is a horrible adult figure for Alfino. Warrior of Light is like barely allowed to be an authority around young teenagers. Alright, so I'm going to nominate that where we're going is now the Waffle House, and we'll probably call it a night because it's almost 9 o'clock. This is actually working really well on my time schedule. Going all our way to Waffle House. Yeah, like... No, yeah, Yorva isn't exactly familiar with how swords are in the snow, or at least, like, this climate has to be, like, super cold. So she's like... She's like, what if I did that cool thing where I licked my katana and I looked like a badass? And, her tongue gets stuck to her sword, and Alphino and Estinian are right there, like, having a conversation. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in just a minute. There's an ether current right there. Oh, you better believe she loves Zoro. In fact, I believe she watches One Piece on the regular. Like, something about the katana compels you to watch a lot of anime, so I think Warrior of Lights, who are samurai, like, really into anime. Whereas, like, ninjas, like, they watch only one anime and we know what it is. It's Naruto. They watch one, they're, like, a big fan of it, but, like, they may have heard of One Piece, but they never really watched it. Meanwhile, like, Yorva is going through all of the novels. Like, all of the manga that's ever been released. That's how many chapters? Thousands of chapters? Well, whoa, what do we have here? A One Piece fan? Personally, I kind of like Shinjeki no Kyojin. Or Jujutsu Kaisen, but whatever. Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the Convictors, are we? No, I gotta say, the Dragon Slayers, they're reading Berserk. They're fucking edgy like that. They're like, oh, we don't watch baby shonen like that. We're doing Berserk here. Do you even know about Griffith? Now I've turned them into douchebags. The hard-eyed lass looks promising. At least she knows about anime and manga. But you have a frail look upon you. I bet you read Fruits Basket. I could give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon? I love Fruits Basket. Be not so quick to judge. I have seen him once pick up a book called Chainsaw Man. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist, with that book in his hand. And who are you to question my... By the Fury, the one who finished all of Berserk in one day. That armor, the lance, the Azure Shagun himself graces our camp. This only solidifies my opinion that nobody actually really knows what Estinian looks like. They just know that the guy who's carrying that lance and the guy who's wearing that armor, that's the Azure... Like, who else would it be? Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I still haven't even completed Chapter 1 of Berserk, to be honest. I am Chantelo, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you to our humble camp? We wanted some Waffle House. Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? No, I said Waffle House. Aye, I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've not seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be, somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. They like to stab first and ask questions later. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you. We shall. Yorva, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Yorva's like, I think we're just going to be getting a lot of summaries of Berserk. Alright, let's see here. Do we also have... There is. So, I'm going to do the level 51 dungeon since it has duty support. I will be doing that next stream, though, because we have 4 minutes left. So I'll do that, since this guy right here, he will have that quest line to do it. I believe Larks and I did make sure to go to this dungeon on our last stream, but again, it was only like a month ago that they even introduced duty support, so it is now a soloable dungeon. Technically this dungeon was optional back in the day, but it's kind of weird to skip over a whole ass dungeon. They did away with that, I think, by Shadowbringers, because there's another optional dungeon in Stormblood, but I think that's the blank 3 dungeon. So yeah, there was always these weird dungeons in the first 3 games where you didn't have to do them. You could skip them if you wanted to. But it just feels weird too. So yeah, I don't really consider them optional. But that will be on next stream. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate having some people to talk to. Again, I'm going to try to do this on the regular, because if I don't, I may not finish this series in time for Evercold. So I'll start judging based on how much progress I'm making, to see if I maybe need to add like a 3rd day to my schedule, but I'm going to keep it at 2 for now. And we're going to see how far we can get to before Evercold is released. So, yeah. Yeah, next time we storm the Waffle House. Stormblood, but storm a waffle. Oh god, we're so far away from Stormblood. But, yeah, please look forward to it, as Yoshi P says. And I'm gonna go back to watching people beat up Kefka the Clown, because... oh my god, I think there's gonna probably be a world first tonight, if not by tomorrow. They, I think, have started to see and rage. I think the Team Poikos, one of the Japanese servers, I think they're probably going to reach first. There is a EU team that I'm also following too, but yeah, it's always exciting when there's an ultimate fight. It doesn't happen very often. It happens once in a blue moon. So... alright, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will be going to sleep in about an hour. Good night.